It's the 14th of November, 2017, and I've got a lot of things to get into today's Snap story because also, guess who forgot to save yesterday's? Ridiculous. I'm starting to slip, guys. Anyway, so yesterday I ended up getting to exercise for the first time. It was the first time that it was too cold to walk, so me and Mom pulled out the Kathy Smith. Kicked our butts a little bit. It was another one of those, man, we were out of shape because we slacked again sort of things. But ended up being a good thing. Let me reach up here. There we go. That's better. I know better than to keep that on when I'm doing snaps. What's wrong with me? Anyway. Good thing is, I'm not very sore today. So, mind you, we'd been walking, so it wasn't like we'd been completely slacking off on everything. So, yeah. Now, on to tonight. Tonight was satisfying, to say the least, I think I can say. And I'm, of course, talking about D&D, because it is Tuesday after all, which means D&D happened tonight. So last week, I came up with a plan. There were a bunch of mutated zombie-like things outside of the warehouse we were in, and since it was a mining community, an abandoned mining community, I figured there had to be some black powder stored. I was right. Found it in the books, and immediately booked it, no pun intended there, to the area. I found blasting caps, I found powder, I found everything I was going to need. And as I was plotting that, the dungeon master then kind of waved me over and said, "Make an intelligence check, and if you make it really low under your thing, I will give you something to make your bomb even worse." Of course, whenever he suggested that there was iron and nails inside of the place too, I immediately knew what he was thinking about. However, of course, would my character think about that? That was based on a roll. And I succeeded. So he gave me the complete construction of what I would make my device. Because again, I came up with the idea to make a bomb. He just gave me the kind of push to go, if you make it like this, I will make it even more damaging for you, by my rules. So, I did. It took 22 game minutes to do, which meant things outside shuffled a bit, but we ended up pushing them out, but we pushed them on hand carts, so they would roll out, and I attached fuses. The way that I did it, and this is the way he had me design it, was that I took the small powder kegs, put them in bigger kegs that I found in the warehouse, because that warehouse was stocked with about anything you could think of. Then put the nails and the iron and stuff around that, and then capped it and made the bomb that way. So it would explode, the wood would splinter, all of the nails and various shrapnel would just shoot out from it and shred everything to bits. It was going to be glorious. But, so I made them that way, and the one to the right ended up hitting an enemy on the way out. Always gotta be something. One of the members of our party was not happy about it either. He went out there to try to deal with it. I ended up having to go over and, well, help him smack some things around, shut doors, stuff like that. Both of us ended up getting knocked out in the process, because, come on, we're level 1 characters, stuff like that. And we're not the fighters of the group. Right, I'm still working on making a ranged weapon because I'm an artificer, and I went down that path. So, with all that being said, we ended up getting dragged away from our spots after, well, the final thing that was left in there with us got splattered by one of our bugbears. It's just made it a grease spot by the time it was done. And then after that, everyone crouched in the corner with the lizards and everything. They lit the fuses and blew up every single enemy that was outside. To say I was satisfied that my idea worked might have been an understatement, because whenever I decided to become an artificer in the first place, that's one of the reasons I wanted to become one, is so I could come up with kooky, kind of steampunky ideas like no, make a powder keg bomb to get us out of this situation with this huge horde in front of us. That's the sort of ideas I wanted to make as an artificer. Of course, one of the members of our party, the same one that got mildly annoyed, then revealed an interesting fact about him and artificers. They make him nervous, because things like what I just pulled, that's exactly the stuff that makes him nervous and could possibly kill a party. He didn't parse words. Pretty much the word he said was, oh no, artificers are suicidal. That's why I don't go near them, because they deal in things like black powder and stuff like that. And to him, that's dangerous stuff. In 2nd edition, if you roll the wrong way when you're using black powder, you could blow yourself up or anything, right? And hey, that's just science for me, at least. So yeah, it's going to be funny, the sort of dynamic I suspect our characters are going to get into based on, well, what happened tonight, but all sorts of other things. I'm just sad my character wasn't conscious to see that his bombs actually worked, and only caused the building minimal damage. Well, when I say minimal damage, one of them blew the doors off of the place, and the other one blew a hole exactly where we needed to run out anyway, so, yeah, no big deal. So yeah, Samuel Lewis, Suicidal Artificer, at your service. But yeah, the next thing we need to do whenever we get out of there is they need to revive me in the tunnels, hopefully where the wild magic isn't, so I don't grow an extra thing like that eye that I grew or something like that. And then I'm going to collapse the tunnel behind us so none of those creatures can follow us out and possibly infect more of the tunnel system and everything. So that's the plan for now. We'll just have to see if it works. But that's for next week. For now, it's time for me to say goodnight. So, good night, everybody. It's the 16th of November, 2017, and I am here in the studio getting ready to do a What's Your Passion interview. Excited. While I have some time, I unpacked something that came in the other day. I have one character in Heroes of the Storm that I default to if I get the chance. She's my main, if you will, in the terminology. So when I saw that I could get a figurine of her for a pretty decent price on Wish, oh yeah, I jumped on that. So I've been waiting for it to come in for about a month because, ships from China. So she finally came in, and now she's got a nice spot on my shelf. I just so happen to have the perfect place. Sylvanas Windrunner is now on my shelf. I don't know how she's going to do lighting-wise and stuff like that, but still, she's there and I know where she is and who she is at least, so yeah. Otherwise, I got some going through Who work, because since we're going to do something special on Sunday, me and Mom aren't going to have time to do Who on our normal Sunday recording, so we're doing it tomorrow. We got to wait for someone to fix our... Well, not fix. I think they're just going to replace and take the old one. Anyway, the washer ended up, the tub inside of it broke or something. Anyway, it's leaking all over the place is the main point. So Mom and Dad are getting that repaired because it was under warranty. So it certainly can have that done to it. So that repair person's supposed to show up tomorrow. So, yeah. Well, once that gets out of the way, then me and her are going to do that. Going to be nice as usual. We're going to be covering Nightmare of Eden, which is one of those interesting Doctor Who stories. Looking forward to covering. Yes, I'm wearing this inside, but guess who forgot to turn the heater on before he went down to the studio? So yeah, I've got the heater on to warm the place up before I go to bed. So yeah, tonight was good. Had a good stream. I'm thinking getting ever so closer to the end of that Skyrim DLC, which means I'll be done with Skyrim. It'll be a milestone that I wasn't expecting to happen this quickly, to be honest. And the interview that I did, now that it is recorded and in the can, I can, of course, reveal who it is, because I never like doing that until I actually get it done. I interviewed an indie artist known as Mike TV. He's a Diamond Club friendly, but he's just a nice guy all around, and it was such a good interview. It'll come out on Sunday. I can't wait to get it to you. But speaking of can't wait to get tos, I'm really feeling the need for bed tonight, so I'm gonna head off to bed and say good night, everyone.
Not around anybody that can attack. So there we go. Your turn.
First one who is died.